Hello and welcome back, guys. You are gaming with me, Brothgar, and today I've got some more Planet Coaster for you. And this ride right here in front of you is what I call the Nesting Falcon. That name was actually given to me by you guys during the live stream of when I made this right here. Pretty interesting ride. As you can see right here, it's kind of a sandstone, rugged, pirate theme sort of thing. Meant to be run down, more rugged style. And to give you an idea, this is going in my pirate-themed park. So, just to give you a bigger idea right here, down here we have the big waterworks going on. I took off, this had some sort of ravine, one of the pre-made maps, and then I blocked it off and added a bunch of water. So now you have the Kraken down there and all the pirate ships, and then the pirate city, or more or less the heart of the entire park is over here. This is where you have all your shops and stuff, and you also have some different houses for the staff and offices and all that stuff that goes on right there. This is going to be the heart of the park. But up here, at some point, there was some sort of crazy thing that happened. And this thing lifted out of the bay down here and ended up floating in the sky magically. And because of that, everything has gone into this dusty, sandy state, which is where the the Nesting Falcon now rests. So, let me go ahead and show you the time lapse of me making this ride right here, and then we'll get into some of the details for it. So there you have it. That is what it took to create the nesting Falcon right here. And obviously it is a black Falcon roller coaster, therefore that's where I get the name Falcon. And I believe it was Nesting Sparrow, which was somebody who recommended that during the live stream when I was actually building this. I just turned on the live stream while I was also recording it. And as well, you guys came in. It was pretty fun. We had some good times right there. Although I found it was kind of hard to do a live stream and design at the same time because my focus is on the game and trying to be creative. All in all, it took probably about 3 hours start to finish to make this entire ride with the theme. I would say realistically though, it could have been done in right around 2 hours. About an hour and 15 minutes to do the building and the scenery around it. At first it took a while to get my feet wet and get things rolling to kind of see, okay, what was this going to be? One of the guys in the live stream had mentioned, we'll try to make some of these elements. So let's just dig into the building right here. You wanted to go from boat to boat. So I started to incorporate the boat here into kind of the entrance and exit. Just, you know, there used to be boats that were sunk down there by the Kraken and then the island lifted into the sky and now therefore there's a bunch of wrecked boats and somehow we built a castle around it and then built a roller coaster on it. You don't have to explain it too much. But we do go through some of these boats right here and a little bit of a pirate flag right there just to give you a little sense of style as we go on into the main hull right here. You might knock your head on that. Be careful. So this is where we get into the lineup here. I didn't decorate this too much, but I did add a couple of barrels and a couple of like benches and some doors to kind of add a little something to it. Again, this is something that's more or less viewed from the outside, but I think it turned out pretty good for being one of my more serious buildings. Now, this park here has a very short night cycle for some odd reason as compared to some of the other maps, but so I can't really show this to you in the dark, but it does look pretty cool. We do have a bunch of torches for lights up here, and we also have some lights in here as well that glow. On top, I have a couple of lookouts. You know, lookout pirate with a cannon, and if you do time it right, you'll get shot as you then do a little bit of an inversion as you come on over here over the top. You could potentially get hit by the cannon up here with his cannon and cannonballs and all that stuff. I think it looks pretty good. What I ended up using is the edge trim right here, and then I threw on another trim right there just to add a little something extra to it. I think it looks pretty good. As we move on the outside of the building, obviously this is where more of the theme is. I have a lot of rocks and a lot of dried up trees, which is one of the newer things that was released here in the Alpha 3, so I want to make good use of that. A couple of boats, again, that are just pushed into the ground. All of this scenery, again, comes in one block that you just drop right into the map. Using a couple of the other themes from the different theme, more of the sci-fi, or, not the sci-fi, but like the fantasy theme, which is these gnarly roots right here. I just kind of decided to try to make a use of that. Also using the rocks to add a little something, a little bit of flavor to it, just to kind of dress up the building, because otherwise the building would stand out and it would be kind of plain Jane. Not to mention this kind of reddish tree right here, the Crimson King tree. I like that. That's a nice little touch to it. And somebody down here didn't get out of the cage and therefore he had died. So that's the building aspect of it. If we take a look at the ride, probably my most favorite part of this is the 270-degree drop here right at the very beginning. So as you come down, you're going to do that spin 3/4 of a turn all the way down and then cruise right on over here and then loop right over the top of the castle upside down inversion style. That's pretty cool. That'll be a lot of fun. You'll get to see that ride right there. So let's go ahead and take a ride. I'm going to talk you through my notes here, different elements, and, you know, whatever. Give it a ride. You know what I'm talking about. Alright, so here we are in the cart, just looking around, getting a look at our scenery right there. That's where we will be leaving, hopefully not throwing up. The nausea rating on this is a 2.3, so it's not too much. And we also get a nice open style when you're looking forward here. And that's pretty cool because you can see the other roller coasters going by, and I like that element to it. And also, since this is so high up, you can get a nice view out of the mountains in the background there. It's pretty cool. I did close this off at one point thinking maybe I should go through a drawbridge or something like that, but it turns out this just likes to be open. So here we go. A little bit of a hill, going to turn and go up the lift. Again, not breaking any rules. This is actually something legitimate. And coming right into this custom drop. This thing was pretty cool. I like this. It took a little bit to get it so it wouldn't kill you. It's not the smoothest thing, but it did turn out pretty good. Inversion right over the top here. That's a 34-meter drop, by the way. All the rest of this stuff is custom until we get to the inclined 45-degree loop to the right, which is right here, one of the pre-made turns. We'll then go through some more just custom loops and stuff right there into a demonic knot left. This was a awesome turn that is available here for the Black Falcon coaster. I love this pre-made turn, and that's it right there. That was the end of it. Probably my favorite pre-made element. Custom helix down to the right, also into a custom little loop right there. And this is also a custom, still custom, half corkscrew to the left with a helix exit to the right. And then we come up here to the station where we wait for the next roller coaster to leave before heading back to the station. Pretty neat. I like the ride. I think it turned out really quite good. So, there you have it. The scenery, the roller coaster, the ride, the time lapse, the park. I think from start to finish, that was a pretty good executed plan. So my future plan for this right here is probably going to be carving into this mountain and probably adding a little bit more decoration. I want this to be like a luxury hotel at some point in here that's just kind of carved into the side of this mountain that you can then get to. Obviously, I'm going to create some sort of land bridge, and since there is a pretty small distance between here and there, that's probably where I'm going to do right there, a little bit of a bridge. And then you'll be able to create a little bit of a walkway. I do have to do a little bit more work on this floating island in the sky, but you know what? I think the park as a whole is coming together. A lot more work to be done with this. I'll keep you guys up to date on what I'm doing with this park right here. But this was one of just the roller coaster rides, and I wanted to share it with you guys. If you guys have any recommendations for ride themes or ride stuff for me to try, go ahead and leave it down there in the comment section below. Connor in the last episode recommended that I try to build a King Kong themed, sort of city themed park, I guess. And I thought that would make a pretty good ride theme. As in building a roller coaster that is part of a skyscraper. And maybe I can make that skyscraper look like it's falling apart or getting ripped apart by the roller coaster that's on it. That seems like a pretty cool challenge. So I'll be trying to give that a try for my next ride. At any rate, thanks for watching, guys. If I've earned your subscription, then thank you so much for that. I'll see you guys next time here in the Planet Coaster. Stay awesome, guys. Peace. Brothgar out.